Hey guys, it's the Geek, and I'm back with the Rookie.
Hey,
And we're still playing Vampire the Masquerade. Something of New York, I'm not caring enough. And we're talking with Hope, and she's weird. We just got out of a fake live stream. I never honestly expected to see something like that happening. But whatever.
I mean, I'm assuming you picked the what the heck happened because you didn't know what the heck happened.
Yeah.
I was just catching up to it as they were getting to that kind of thing when I played on my own.
Okay, I was not.
Just like, oh my
So
god.
was she the people I was banning too?
Yeah. Although for now, because of Masquerade, my audience is quite limited. Speaking of, you want to be the star of my next movie? Need some time to mull it over? Sure. No, sorry to disappoint. But yeah, your test is over. Now the question is, do I want to work with you?
She puts away her phone for the first time since you met her and gives you a good hard look.
Hard. Vibe check, Venvo. Sorry, cutie, I don't think it'll work out. It's not me, it's you and your vibes. You're kind of dumb and boring.
You want to protest, then you realize how many times you made a fool of yourself in front of her tonight. She looks honestly disappointed. You know what? Fuck you.
I don't remember. Okay. Alright, get out. Through the door, go right, keep heading straight until you reach the stairs, red door on the left. You should be able to find your way from there. I'll send you our selfie together. Whenever you look at it, remember that even if apart, we're still together in a way. So if I get in trouble because of something I've shown you here tonight, you might go down as an accomplice. Capiche?
She leads you out and loudly shuts the door behind your back. Sound somehow drives the finality of her decision home. Oh well. Can't help but feel a little rejected. You follow the directions, and after a brief period of wandering, you emerge from the labyrinth of gray corridors into a cluttered back alley. Back on the streets again, you'll have to survive them without hope.
That is interesting.
That's a bummer.
I was successfully able to get Hope, but, you know, some of that was me understanding from the get-go she's a crazy person and I just gotta go with her type of thing.
That was a bummer.
I'm sorry.
I am legit bummed. Like, after dealing with all that BS, and I'm still like, no, you suck, go home. I'm like, fuck you, judgy person. You notice something strange by the front door of your haven. A letter's been slipped under the door in a cream-colored, old-fashioned envelope. There's no name on it, but you know it's meant for you.
Of course it is.
Opening the letter, it's clear it's been sent by someone incredibly old-fashioned, rich, or a fan of classic stationery. No normal person sends letters like this.
Probably Sophie.
It could be anybody. It could be somebody from the gallery, too.
Or no, I don't actually remember who this is, so.
The notice, how far have you gotten?
So most of these people, I think you can do 3 things with them, and that before you actually get them on your team, I've gotten Hope on my team, and that's about it.
So like you can. It's final. I don't have another chance with her.
But I have no idea.
Okay. Have you been? You haven't had that chance yet.
She liked me. So.
Yeah, of course she did. The note is short and terse, written in elegant, delicate handwriting. You're cordially invited to rendezvous at the Cathedral of St. John the Divine. I'll be waiting to make your acquaintance tomorrow night. Look for me closer to God.
Well, I remember now.
There's no other information. It looks like you have a mysterious invitation for the following night.
So I feel like this isn't time sensitive, but I acted like it was. Also, it's not somebody you know or met yet.
So is this the person I would go to meet?
Yeah, that's the one for the mysterious invitation.
You said it's not time sensitive.
I don't think it's time sensitive. I'm not sure. I went to it right away.
Yeah, it did say tomorrow night, so I think I should go to it.
It was a weird one.
It is a dude, right?
I believe so.
Alright, then I didn't get my voice bad. I'm sure I'll change it immediately upon seeing the guy. You haven't been to a church since you became a vampire, or kindred, as the euphemism goes. You've had to focus on concrete, practical things like survival and feeding.
Also, this is like night 4 or something. You haven't even had a week.
Yeah, I'm trying to think here. One. Yeah, I went practice feeding the second night, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, this is night 4. You've learned. It shouldn't let you do that if there's nothing else there.
It hates you.
Yeah. You learn the essentials of the vampire experience, but you don't really have a clear idea of what it all means. I wish I gave you an option to go talk to Sophie before doing this. The Cathedral of St. John the Divine is a New York landmark. You've been inside once before when you were much younger. You marveled at its Gothic facade.
Yeah.
I bit my tongue saying that.
That's the day.
Looking at it now from across the street, it feels ominous. The prospect of an anonymous invitation to a secret meeting is a worrying one, but the venue is well chosen. It's hard to imagine a violent attack in a place like this with eyes everywhere. Did they actually go over the fact that you can walk on holy ground or not? I know we can, but would he know that?
I don't think they told you.
Yeah, so like, if this were me, I'd be like, fuck no, I'll just wait outside. You enter the cathedral discreetly. You've quickly learned this is an essential skill for a vampire, how to move without anyone noticing you. The full force of the cathedral's architecture hits you as you walk between the pews. If the architect meant to create the feeling of being small in the face of God's glory, mission accomplished.
Of course they did. That's a whole Gothic aspect.
That's what God is. It's better than you. Suck it up. No. Based on... I can get so much hate. Based on the note, you're assuming that whoever you're meeting is somewhere in the front. As you step closer to the high altar, it feels as if someone is dragging at your feet, as if the stone beneath you resisted your movement.
Thoughts, I believe.
This one intrigues me. It's been a long time since you prayed. You wonder whether God listens to creatures like you. Fatalistically, you take a step, then another. You're not sure if God is present in this cathedral, but perhaps it doesn't matter. What you feel is real enough. I would go see that movie. A vampire who still wants to be like God's disciple.
Yeah.
That's an interest. I don't think anyone's written that story. They say every story's been written, but I would like to read that one.
I feel like it probably kind of has, but...
Maybe. In other forms, at least. Yeah. There's no man sitting in the front. You see only the back of his head, bowed down in silent prayer. Your footsteps echo on the floor, and he turns to look at you. You can't take your eyes off him. He's tall, dignified, he's tall, dignified, white hair balding, a few strands escaping to the sides. He's wearing glasses and simple clerical clothing. His eyes are warm and pale, too kind for someone like you. Something's wrong. You feel heavy, as if a giant hand was pressing down on you. The skin on your face is burning. Perhaps, unconsciously, you expected something like this as a vampire walking into a cathedral, only it's not the burning, or it's not the building or God making you feel like you're burning alive. It's the man, the priest.
Welcome, my child.
The priest's tone is kind, but the rising panic inside is telling you that kindness is not for the likes of you.
Take him down! I don't know. Seems like a bad idea.
Either of these feels like it could be a bad idea.
Confronting doesn't mean attack.
I know that. Yeah, I totally know that. Because there would be like the blood icon, the teeth icon.
Right.
All right. The only way to understand these painful feelings is to push forward and confront the priest. As you step closer to the priest, panic rises inside you. The emotion... Real me would run like hell. FYI. The emotions are hard to control. Fear, anger, pain, all trying to wrestle you in different directions. Away.
Can I help you? Are you okay?
The priest talks to you like he would a lost vagrant who has chosen to enter the house of God. How are you doing this?
I'm afraid I don't understand.
It's simply too much. You muster something incoherently in reply. You don't sound like a vampire, an undead being made powerful by immortal blood. You're just another sad, confused, lost soul. You turn around and stagger away, only feeling like yourself once you're back in the street outside. You stand on the sidewalk confused and scared. No enemies seem to be attacking you. The priest didn't follow you. The night air is wet with the smell of the city, the same as every night. How did it feel? You look at the man speaking to you. He's well dressed, if a little archaic.
Yep.
Dark-haired, handsome, like a character from an old movie starring Harrison Ford. He smiles as if he knows something you don't. You glance around. There are people on the street. You don't appear to be in immediate danger. Did you do this to me? No, absolutely not. Let me introduce myself. My name is Bennett Siegel. Bennett Siegel. Bennett Siegel is my name. We share many things in common, even if you don't know me. Bennett offers his hand to you. Bennett's brow rises in surprise, and he returns his hand to his side. Would you mind sitting with me a moment? Bennett points to a dark bench nearby, in darkness because of a broken streetlight. Wary, you decide to follow him. Only an enemy, totally unconcerned with the masquerade, would attack you here. Bennett sits down, and you follow suit for a moment. You both contemplate the cathedral in silence. I know how it feels, what you just felt. I've experienced it myself many times. For a moment, you consider how to respond. It's clear Bennett sent the invitation to come here and orchestrated this little setup.
I didn't read all the things before.
The top and bottom. Oh, because I know this is probably a no. This is either a teaching experience or a testing thing. I'm just looking at the glow coming out of the cathedral now. Sorry. Why did you? Yeah. Thinking of hitting you in the face. Do I have a reason not to? You'll have to decide that for yourself. Let's talk a while. And if you still feel violent, I'll let you take a punching. I wanted you to meet Father Anthony, or see him, experience him. Did you wonder why I felt like that? Doesn't matter. Isn't it better to just stay away? Maybe it is. Me, I couldn't. It's his faith that makes you feel that way. He's safe in his belief, while you are one of the damned. Do you ever wonder what's the role of a vampire in God's creation? How did me praying not hurt me? I suppose because I'm not necessarily believing it. So, like, this, okay. We play one of these games tabletop style. I'm explaining to the audience this. Mm-hmm. And this is true in that game too, right? We just haven't experienced it.
Well,
like if somebody who believes in the faith comes at you.
Well, and part of that's because what you guys are on the tabletop, it doesn't apply to.
No, but like, were we vampires instead of werewolves?
Yeah, it requires the person having true faith.
Okay. So a rare, real priest in New York City. Wow.
Right.
Just like that one priest that's always talking to Daredevil. You stop to think. Of course, you've wondered what this is all about. Whether it's about God or nature, you don't really know what being a vampire means. That's the trouble with the Masquerade. A human faced with a human problem can go online and find something that helps. You can't. Masquerade means that everything there is to know about... What? Masquerade means that everything there is to know about your condition is secret, hidden away. You're left relying on the unreliable opinion of people like Bennett. Suddenly Bennett takes your hand and presses it against your chest. As he stares into your eyes, you feel his heart stop. My heart no longer beats, yet I move. I talk. Is that how God intended us to be?
No, there's not. Anyway.
Whoa, I don't believe in the supernatural. There's a natural explanation for all this. We just don't know it. Maybe there is. I don't know either. But I know that Father Anthony's faith is real. Sometimes I'm skeptical too. But in Father Anthony's presence, I know faith is real. I know it because it hurts so much. But perhaps you have questions about faith and our kind. Is he a vampire priest?
Him?
Yeah.
Depends on the definition of priest, I suppose.
Like, was he a priest in life?
I have no idea.
What was the question? Perhaps you have questions about faith in our kind. If you know any of these stories are true, perhaps we're divine, not damned. Yeah, what are we? There's the usual story, which most of us believe, especially before modern times. Cain was the first murderer. As punishment, God caused him to walk in darkness and carry his mark. Cain passed on this curse, and he drank the blood of the living, and thus we were born. God's curse passed on to someone new with each embrace. Maybe it's true. We all have our lineages, our sires, and the sires of our sires. If you trace those lineages all the way to the top, you find Cain. I suppose God is cruel. Curse perpetuates itself, leading to new evils. Did you have anything else, or did I come here just to talk about religion? I know it's overwhelming. Don't worry, you call me a ass. I know, it's overwhelming. It was for me when I first met Father Anthony. I know there are others like him, whose faith shines like a beacon. Priests, old ladies, children, anyone can have that conviction inside them. I feel like this shouldn't affect the story, but it would. Or vice versa. This is too much. You expect me to go along with all this insanity? Bennett nods patiently. Let's meet again in a few nights, here at the cathedral. We can talk more after you've thought it through. You leave Bennett sitting in the shadow of the cathedral, contemplating what lies within. It would be easier to ignore his words without the reality of what you experienced. Father Anthony was holy. You know it to be true, but what does that mean?
Alright, so now you can talk to one of the other people.
Okay.
So I don't know, you want brief things again? Because it's been a while.
Do what?
Brief, like, synopsis. I mean,
no. I remember all I just edited these.
Okay.
So, I vaguely know. Yeah, there's that one, there's the detective, and then there's the magic user. Alright. Well, let's talk to the detective. As you make your way down Clinton Street, the incessant hum of traffic gives way to the ominous silence of the waterfront. You stop to take in the familiar bouquet of the Hudson, made all the more potent by your recently sharpened senses. Across the basin, the Red Hook Grain Terminal rears its rusty frame. Once a bustling industrial area, now a sleeping giant splayed out on the riverbank, forgotten, abandoned. Conveniently so, especially for one of the hidden. Keeping to the shadows, you sneak closer to the dilapidated complex, making your way past hole-ridden silos and wobbly chain-link fences. Does water hurt us? Like running water?
No.
Okay. By the time you reach the entrance to the main building, you can almost feel the rust particles making themselves cozy at the back of your throat. Not getting your hopes up, you give the door a slight nudge. To your surprise, it gives almost instantly. Looks like someone's been using it recently. Once inside, you find yourself in a large empty hall. Looking around, you can almost picture it. Back in its heyday, stacked to the rafters with heavy machinery. You notice a set of stairs leading up to the mezzanine?
I guess.
Most likely an office space. And then you see it, a faint light coming from one of the upper rooms. Looks like you're in luck. Quietly, with bated breath, you climb the steps and approach the dimly lit room. The door creaks open, revealing what looks like an old-timey detective's office, complete with crooked window blinds, an overflowing ashtray, and paper scattered across a wooden desk. Suddenly it hits you, that nagging feeling. This is all too convenient, too inviting. Before you can react, the trap is already sprung. A plume of cigar smoke wafts over your shoulder. The barrel of a gun rubs against your spine. A raspy voice whispers in your ear.
Let me guess. Took a wrong turn at the third silo.
Yeah, because that'll work.
It might.
No. Because I'm trying to be this guy's friend.
Maybe a supportive of the guy.
Yeah. Yeah, at the very end... the point is, like, I don't want to become aggressive. You decide to play along, raising your arms slowly. You weigh your next words carefully. You're pretty sure a bullet to the back wouldn't kill you, but it doesn't sound too pleasant either. So this is... I like this. You mean this isn't Bloodsuckers Anonymous? A noise rattles behind your head, like someone shook a can full of gravel. It might have been a chuckle, but your guess is as good as anyone's.
Wise guy, huh? Lucky for you, I have a soft spot for wise guys. So I'll give you a chance to explain yourself.
In a strange interplay of light and shadow, the stranger reappears behind his desk. Seeing him in his full, for lack of a better word, glory, you can't help but smirk. This is the dreaded Nosferatu? The way Sophie described them, you were expecting some grotesque monstrosity, but this guy, the clothes, the swagger, the hard-boiled detective routine, it all comes across as a bad joke. Still, when it comes to appearances, his lineage is undeniable. From 30 feet away, he could probably pass for a bum with a nasty skin condition. From 5 feet away, he looks like something made to be seen from 30 feet away. He leans back in his chair, casually pointing his gun at you.
So, what brings you to my humble office?
I wanted him to be more noir. I wanted to see, like, the goofy hat, the overcoat.
Go find somebody similar.
I wanted it to be this guy. You the one they call D'Angelo?
That's my name, kid. Don't wear it out.
Okay, Pee-wee. My friend's calling me... No, that's you. I'm totally spaced. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
My friends call me Jin. You better stick to D'Angelo for the time being.
Is that because you're full of gin?
Yes. Now I suggest you tell me what this is about. Otherwise, I kindly ask you to get the fuck out of my office.
Charming. I can see why Quadrille... I'm saying Quadrille. I don't care anymore. Keeps you around. His expression sours.
Not a name you want to casually toss around, kid. But hey, I get it. You're not some random schmuck wandering in here off the streets. So let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Who I work for is less important. What I'm working on, however.
The Red Hook murders. I know. I want to help you catch the killer. His moldy lips twist into a smile.
Do you now?
D'Angelo lords his shades. For a few seconds, he sits motionless, with his eyes fixed on yours. Suddenly, he raises his gun, almost making you flinch. Almost. Then he twirls it into his shoulder holster in a flashy display that definitely looks like it was practiced a lot in front of a mirror. I totally would be doing that too. You see the Nosferatu's lips move, but the quiet mumbling clearly isn't meant for your ears. Listening in, you're able to catch snippets of his monologue.
Sure, they seem to care. What was the end game? What was their angle? Everyone's got one, even if they pretend they don't. Especially men. What the hell? Maybe this town finally got to me.
He pauses, sticks a fresh cigar between his crooked teeth, thinking he's in a noir film.
Yes. Maybe a good leap of faith is just what the doctor ordered.
Pretends like, Are you narrating? For a second, he looks at you like a kid caught with his hand in the cookie jar. Then a wry smile comes back to his lips. He lightens up.
Tell you what, kid. I ain't sold yet, but I can see you got some potential. So here's how it's gonna be. I was just about to head back to the crime scene, take a look around, and refresh my notes. You can tag along if you want to. I could use an assistant, someone to take notes and make wild assumptions for me to shoot down.
Okay, dickbag.
Who knows? If you ain't any good, I might consider making this a long-term arrangement.
If you're any good.
Yeah, I did. I said it wrong. I said ain't instead of any.
Sounds good.
Sure does, kid. I'm the one who said it.
Okay. You're dealing with this kind of asshole. Alright. You're a very special kind of asshole, pal. Alright.
You think everyone's an asshole?
I do.
I need to get to the top.
Oh, sorry.
Just one more thing. You still got me at a disadvantage here. Seems like you've done some digging on me, but with you, I barely scratched the surface. Catch my drift?
Hey, a rare scenario where we're the one with more information.
So answer me this. Who was it that sent you into my neck of the woods? Or, in layman's terms, who do you work for?
I'm legit thinking on this one.
I know you are.
I already threw my name out to Hope, but I honestly don't think she remembered who I was the minute I left.
Well, she remembered enough where if she gets in trouble, she's going to show a picture of you and you're going to get in trouble. So I wouldn't tattle on Hope.
Well, I don't plan on tattling on her. I'm just saying, like, I already threw her Sophie's name at Hope, but I don't think that's going to go anywhere.
Gotcha.
Yeah, fuck it. Sophie Langley. For the first time since you got here, the Nosferatu adopts a look of genuine surprise. His eyes wander for a moment, finally giving way to a crooked smile.
So you're the one, huh? The fledgling, the Tedior, Dame spared. Yeah, that would make sense. Don't think she'd appreciate you throwing her name around. Thanks for being up front, kid.
One blink is enough for you to miss D'Angelo vanishing from his chair. Just when you're about to look around, he reappears right next to you. Up close, his smile is even more unnerving.
Alright, moonlight's burning. Let's get cracking.
With a certain fascination, you watch D'Angelo stumble his way across West Brooklyn. Oddly animated, incessantly scratching his face and neck, stopping every once in a while for a bout of mumbling narration, he is most certainly a sight to behold. How he wishes he were Rorschach.
No, well, I mean, no, I feel like he wishes he was more the detective of the noirs that Rorschach is trying to emulate.
I would concede to that. Still, he seems to be getting around okay, and you take particular note of the fact that he seems to be choosing the darker, less frequented streets. There's definitely a method to his madness. Eventually, your leprous guide takes a sudden turn off Van Buren Street and into a particularly dingy alleyway. The torn pieces of yellow police tape are dead giveaway. This has to be the place. And we're going to find out what that place looks like next time. So thank you for joining us, guys. We'll catch you then. Bye-bye.
Bye.